Welcome everybody to our first episode of Real Talk. We're going to discuss real world topics here, and we're going to be real with you guys. So we might get controversial at times, we might express our opinions, and that's why we call it Real Talk, because we want to be real with you guys, and we expect the same from you as well. So be real with us in the comments, let us know what you think at the conclusion of the video. We'd love to hear feedback from you guys. Don't forget to hit the like and the subscribe button. We love you guys, okay? So let's jump straight into it. So a day ago, we had what we call National Women's Day. And I think it's incredible. Brother Angel, what do you think about it?
Well, I think everyone deserves a moment of what would you call it? A moment of celebration, recognition. Yeah. This world doesn't revolve. This world is consistent of multiple things that make it up. Multiple things, multiple people. So men, women, children, grandchildren, and there's different phases and levels in life. And I'm very thankful for the women that are in my life. My mother,
amazing people,
my grandma and whatnot, and my sister and girlfriend, and anyways, just anyone in general. It gives a nice contrast because can you imagine a world without girls or without women? It'd be pretty weird.
We wouldn't be here. Nobody would be here.
Well, yeah, in the biological standpoint, yeah, but other than that, I mean, don't you think it'd be kind of weird? I think the world would be messy and disinteresting.
Women play a major role in society in every area of our lives, and I think women are amazing. So we give honor to all the women, my mother, my grandma, my sisters.
Bro, are you copying me, bro?
My girlfriend. Hashtag copy.
Copy
so
paste.
It's amazing. In the Bible, we do find a couple of stories regarding women.
Adam and Eve, bro. Let's do it. Controversial topic.
No, stop it. One of the things we do find in the Bible was whenever Jesus did resurrect from the tomb, the first woman he appeared unto was Mary. Told Mary, go and tell the disciples what you have seen.
The first person, right?
Sorry, the first person he appeared unto was a woman named Mary. In that day and age, it was very unlikely for a woman to be spreading news like that, let alone speak out like that. So for Jesus to do something like that, it was almost like he was driving a point, making a statement.
Yeah, like a new beginning, right?
Something like a new beginning, essentially, yes. And it was a woman who spread the first news, the first message, the first gospel that this Jesus has resurrected,
Yeah.
I think it's very important for us to acknowledge that the way Jesus did things, and there is a reason why he does things. He doesn't just do things just because. Yeah. He is an intentional God. He does things for a reason. So everything you read in the Bible, anytime he does something, pay close attention because it's God.
Yeah, definitely.
He's smart. He's doing things for a reason. So
you can overlook a lot of things. Like when you read the Bible, if you pay attention to subtleties, you can actually learn a lot. Mm-hmm. You can learn a lot about, for instance, if you're a man, you can actually learn about yourself, and you can learn about why you have certain tendencies, why you have certain desires, what you're supposed to do with those desires and whatnot, and it helps you learn about yourself. And and also for the women, you learn if you're a woman, you can learn about yourself, and you can learn about. It's just kind of like a big learning experience there. But
that's what the Bible is.
In regards to Women's Day, it's a time of celebration. I actually don't know when Men's Day is,
I think it's in later this year. I'm not sure. Okay, my girlfriend told me that we had a Men's Day too.
Right? Because it's like my phone told... Yeah. Okay, I apologize, but my phone told me to do it. Today was... Or when was that? A few days ago was Women's Day. And I was like, oh, okay. Maybe I need to do something a little bit better to celebrate the women in my life. But there's Grandparents' Day, there's Mother's Day, there's a lot of celebrations. But hey, the more the merrier. We
honor you, woman. Yeah. So thank you. And speaking about desires, Brother Angel mentioned desires and controlling your desires. So the incredible thing about following Jesus, Brother Angel, is that like you don't even like, we want you to believe in Jesus. We want you to accept Jesus and follow him and grow in the grace and the knowledge of Jesus. But the thing about Jesus, guys, if you're watching this and you're not even a Christian, here's the thing about following Jesus. This is the most incredible thing about following Jesus. If you will follow his teachings, I can guarantee you that, number one, it will make your life better. Number two, it'll make you better at life. And number three, it'll make your life irresistible. It'll make your life compelling. What does that mean? When you read a lot of these personal growth books, like on habits and, time management, etc., you will find that they take a lot of the principles that Jesus already taught in the Bible.
No, yeah. I noticed that, yeah.
So like if you would just follow Jesus and you will take his principles and apply them to your life, like the golden rule, for example, like think about others before yourself, do unto others as you would like them do unto you. If you will take those principles and just simply apply them to your life, it will just make you better at life in general. Yeah. It'll make you successful in every area. So that's the amazing thing about following Jesus. Another thing too is that we started something new at our church, Divine Restoration, for the youth specifically, and soon for the adults. We started something called small groups, and they're going to be kickstarting very soon.
Very excited. I'm excited about that. I feel like there's going to be a good positive change coming out of that. Growth. I think that's the thing, that the word that comes to my mind.
That's right, growth.
Growth. Not only in the amount of attendance, but I think with personal growth.
That's right. Mm-hmm. Amen. So when it comes to groups, you read the book by Charles Duhigg. I think that's how you say his name, Charles Duhigg. In his book entitled The Power of Habits, an incredible book. I highly encourage anybody to read it. Charles Duhigg, in his many years of research, 20, 30 plus years of research, studying habits and how they work and how they shape our cultures and how they shape organizations and how they shape us. We talk about habits, new year, new me, etc. But the truth is that those goals, that those new year resolutions that you have in place, they will not come to pass till you develop new habits.
Yeah. To some people they do. Some people have like a good discipline to where they can actually accomplish them. But like people like myself, like New Year's resolutions, they just die after they February.
They die. And
that's the truth. I mean,
the truth is that we need new habits. We need to develop new habits. That's what I'm trying to get at. Yeah. And Charles Duhigg, in his book, The Power of Habits, he says that the most effective way that he has found, this guy's not even a Christian. No. He said that the most effective way that he has found for people to develop new habits and break bad ones, break addictions, break stuff that is ugly in their lives, he said that the most effective way for you to develop new habits and break old ones, he says, is find a group of people that is pursuing the same desire you're pursuing.
So pretty much a group of people that are in the position that you want to be?
That is correct. So for example, like when you go to rehabilitation, when you try to get clean, they put you in a group of people that also want to get clean.
Oh, okay.
And they get open, they get real with each other, and they share stories. This is why I want to get clean. This is for my family, etc. Yeah. There is power in community. There is power in a group of people. It is a God-designed principle found in scriptures as well. And that is why we believe so strongly in small groups, especially here at Divine Restoration, is why we want you to be a part of it as well. If you're watching this video, feel free to reach out to us, comment below, and we want to get connected with you. But definitely. I don't know if you want to say anything else about groups, Brother Angel?
Well, groups, and then with habits, I've learned that it takes. I think the main thing the most important thing, if you want to create a habit, I think you need to seek knowledge on how to do it.
That's right.
One of the things that I've learned is that the human psychology is not always straight line that you think it is. For instance, example, like let's say is an easy one to think of is like weight loss. Let's say you want to lose weight, right? And then you're like, okay, I just got to eat better, right? But it's not that easy.
Yeah.
So habits are not necessarily such a straight line. You gotta have a knowledge and understand, like, okay, why do I have these certain tendencies? Why do I desire snacks, or why can't I lose weight? So one of the things in finding or creating a good habit, you got to get knowledgeable on it. You got to do the research, whatever it is, whether it's with diet or exercising or anything, or your school, or with your job, whatever it is, you gotta get more knowledgeable within it, because again, like I said, it's not so straight line where oh, I'll just do this. No, it's you'll learn a lot. One of the things that I remember from one of Brother Julio's teachings was in summarization. There was during the Vietnam War, you mentioned. During the Vietnam War, and I'm going to try to summarize it, there was a study done that I think 30% of the people tried heroin. Is that what it was? Or
30% of the soldiers in the war were addicted to heroin.
But there was a higher percentage that tried it. I think it was 60%.
It was about 50% that tried it, and 30% became addicted to it.
So 30% became addicted to it while they were at war. But the aha moment or the light bulb was that, or not necessarily like the aha or light bulb, but the most interesting fact was that when people moved back to the States when the war was over, 90% were no longer addicted. Is that correct?
Overnight they broke that addiction.
Almost instantly.
Now, this was something that went contrary to research, Brother Angel, because at the time, there was a 95% chance that if you tried heroin, there was a 95% chance that you would never break it. That was at the day and age.
You mean at the you're saying that the first your first consumption?
Yeah, like if you
became addicted, 90% chance.
95% of people that took heroin during that day and age became addicted.
Okay.
It was almost impossible for them to break it. They would literally drug themselves to death. 95% of people. But with these soldiers, when they came back to the U.S., what happened was that immediately, about 90% of those soldiers immediately broke that addiction. This startled the people that were studying. They're like, what is happening here? Like, whatever is happening here, we need to take this, we need to try to replicate this over here.
Yeah.
What did they discover, Brother Angel?
Well, what they discovered was that the main factor that attributed to this kicking of this habit or addiction was their environmental change. They changed their environment. They essentially, when they moved back to the U.S. From where they were in Vietnam, they had a completely different environment, and there was one thing that they did not have anymore, which were cues.
What were the cues?
There's a lot of cues. A cue can be like cues can be sounds. Cues can be people. Smells, and essentially what it is, it's something that kind of triggers or reminds you of like, I need this, or I need to do this. So example, and I don't want to I talk about food a lot, but it's like one of your cues to eat is your stomach is growling, right?
Yeah.
So that's a cue. Or like, let's say Brother Julio and I, every time we hang out, we like to go out to eat, right? Let's just say.
So we like to drink coffee.
I think that's a cue for anyone that comes over. It's like coffee, right? Angel's Place, coffee. Anyways, so what they experienced is through this environmental change, they eliminated all their cues of this heroin consumption.
Right.
So that was the main thing that changed or allowed them to kick that habit. So now that's also one of the things that I was trying to say earlier, is that you think it'd be like a straight line where you're like, oh, if I want to do this, and I just stop, right? But it's not necessarily like that. It's whenever you do the research and you find studies like this, you actually learn about yourself, and you can actually help yourself. Not only help yourself, but you can actually go back and help others that were in your situation. It kind of leads into something that one of the last topics that we want to talk about is groups. One of the things that I find interesting is that I don't know if you noticed, like in school, when you were in school. Like people in general, they kind of associated within like groups that they were all kind of similar. If you know what I mean.
Yeah.
So that's something that I find very interesting, and I feel like there's. What do you think there? Do you think there's something behind that, like kind of like gathering like people that are like-minded and?
Well, I think that we naturally gravitate towards where we want to feel accepted. A group of people that we want to feel accepted by. and this happens a lot in school. This happens a lot in many different places, but we want to make this intentional. Should we say we want to have a place for anybody that comes through our doors, a place where they can get connected, feel accepted, and ultimately grow in their relationship with God with another group of people that they are able to connect at an intimate level.
So something kind of more like where they feel comfortable and they don't feel like they'll be rejected. That's
exactly.
Why.
Yes, sir. And
will they'll be accepted actually?
Where they will be accepted. The power of acceptance. You know, we gravitate towards where we are accepted. We flee places where we are rejected.
I think with rejection, describing that, I think that creates tension. You know what I mean? I don't think anyone likes tension.
No one.
But again, if you were to learn, actually, tension can be good because it can create growth. Putting you in uncomfortable situations is actually good. I don't know if you want to touch. I mean, can you give an example of like experiencing some form of tension? How something good can come out of that?
So one thing that comes to mind is that growth happens in a group whenever you start being real. Which is why we call this real talk.
Yeah.
You know, people, that's how you grow. As long as I keep the mask on, Brother Angel.
What mask?
You know, for example, as long as I keep the mask on, like let's say I go to church.
Yeah.
And I portray this person that I really am not. Okay. But behind closed doors, I'm a different person. And as long as I keep this mask on, as long as I keep myself hidden, as long as I keep the real Julio out of the public eye, I will never experience truth growth.
Okay.
It's not till I get surrounded with a group of people that have the same goal I do, and I start being real with them, and I start exposing the stuff that I'm going through in my own personal life. Tension.
That creates tension because, you expose yourself to certain...
But watch what happens, Brother Angel. When you bring to light those things that you are struggling with, when you're honest with yourself, and you can be honest with the people around you, not only will they respect you, not only will they feel encouraged, because it could be that you opening up yourself will encourage somebody else to open up about themselves.
Yeah, maybe they're going through the same thing.
And it could be a domino effect where everybody in the group is being held back because one person is choosing not to be honest. If that one person would choose to create tension,
breaks the ice.
Be honest. Hey guys, look, this is what's really going on in my life. This is what I'm really struggling with.
Yeah.
This is what I need help with. James says, confess your sins to one another. Go to your brother. He says, this should be normal. This is church. This is the way they did it in the Bible. Go to your brother, confess your faults, and then pray for one another. Hold each other accountable.
Yeah.
And help each other. That's growth.
Yeah.
And we need tension. We need to be real. We call this real talk. We've actually reached our limit. I don't know if you want to say any final words, Brother Angel?
Hey, well, I mean, hopefully you enjoyed this small segment. I mean, we definitely want to expand on this, and we want this to be something that can be of benefit to you. And, you know, by any means, we don't want to limit it to just Julio and myself. You know, provide any feedback, provide any questions.
I almost slapped them right there. My bad. I meant to say, like, anybody's welcome.
Anybody. But, I mean, this is something we want to have fun. You know, we try to kind of, one of the main things that I wanted to do is kind of also incorporate, you know, women. I know Julio and I, we can talk a lot about some manly things, not manly things, but a lot of topics that, you know, guys would be interested in. But we want to kind of try to make it a broad spectrum that everyone can be interested in. And hopefully we can have some new faces coming in, and you know, we can get something going here. And you know, I don't know, this is the first time we do it, and we spent a lot of time, maybe like 2 hours setting up the lighting and rearranging stuff. So hey, let us know how it looks, right?
Yeah, be honest, real talk.
Be honest, give us that tension, you know?
Real talk. That's what it's all about, brothers.
Hey, we'll see y'all
and
next...
sisters.
And sisters, yeah, there you go. We'll see y'all next time. God bless. And...
Love y'all.
Love y'all. All right.
Bye.